morning, good evening, and good night, whatever time of the day you are watching. I hope it is a good one. Today we have a very special video for you guys. And if you say I always say that, well then you'd be right. You'd be right. And that is because it is indeed, though, a very special video. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today was a special day. The NFL schedule release was officially unveiled. Now, what's funny is fans already know who their opponents are. We literally know at the end of the season who we are playing the following season. But the NFL does just a masterful job of making us wait in anticipation for the official schedule release where we get the dates and the times and all that good stuff. Now, what really makes the NFL schedule release special these days is because all 32 teams on their social media accounts drop videos and content that have special and creative ways of unveiling their season schedule. It is absolutely, I mean, teams used to just draw the poster, the graphic, the PNG JPEG file of their schedule and call it a day. But no, now each team has to step their game up and they drop skits, they drop games, they drop content, they drop anime videos, all types of stuff. It is amazing. It is literally cinema. Martin Scorsese would give a round of applause if he could. It's truly a joy to watch, and I want to start off this video giving a round of applause to the creative teams of all the 32 NFL teams, because I know it probably takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, maybe not the blood, I hope not the blood, to create these videos and drop them and then just sit back and watch as fans chew it apart or rank it and things like that, which is what I am about to do right now. That's right, folks. I watched all 32 NFL teams' schedule release videos, and I decided to rank them all. And let me tell you, it was not easy. Like, sitting in one setting and watching all 32 NFL teams' social media schedule release videos, it's actually a pretty tough task, and it's actually very time-consuming because a lot of these teams, they up the ante every year, and some of the videos was as long as 10 minutes. I was like, good Lord have mercy, y'all might as well just write a sitcom, you know? But it was a pleasure to watch. It was a joy to see the creative mindset of a lot of these NFL teams, as social media teams and creative teams and whatnot. And as a creative myself, as a content creator myself, I really did enjoy watching what all 32 teams cooked up. And so yeah, I am going to rank from 1 to 32 the best schedule release videos from all 32 NFL teams for the 2023 season. Now, before everybody gets mad at me, this is my list. This is Jono Barnes' list, okay? All right, so here we go. Let me get my eyes ready. Get them out ready. Here are my rankings of the 32 NFL teams and their schedule release videos. At number 32, I have the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, I know the Arizona Cardinals appear to be kind of punting this season away too. So I guess their social media team followed suit, because this was probably, if not the laziest schedule reveal video of all time. Literally, it was just Kyler Murray throwing a football and they say, here's our schedule. I mean, this was one of those here damn videos, if there ever was one. Just, hey, I mean, I guess the Arizona Cardinals social media team say we're not getting paid by the hour. So yeah, easily the worst NFL schedule reveal video this year, and that is going to the Arizona Cardinals. Number 31 is the Baltimore Ravens. And look, I get it. When you pay Lamar Jackson that much money, one, you're going to use him in damn near all your content as possible, right? Like, you're going to get your money's worth, so I ain't mad at that. And two, you probably don't have enough money in your budget for a creative schedule reveal video when the quarterback's making all the money. So all the Baltimore Ravens did basically was do a hype video, as if it was, you know, usually teams do the hype videos throughout the season before a big game. This was basically essentially a hype video for the Ravens with Lamar Jackson narrating it. Nothing special, nothing that we haven't seen before. Again, I get it though, you're paying Lamar Jackson all that money, you might as well milk the cow till it comes dry, right? Number 31 was the Baltimore Ravens. Number 30 was the Houston Texans, and it started off, I thought it was going to be like a Paul Wall video, so I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be good, but then it just kind of turned into a montage of just, I mean, I don't know, maybe it just went over my head. Something I didn't get it, but I essentially thought it was going to be a Paul Wall rap video of him rapping about the teams that they were playing this year, and it just kind of turned into... Now, I'll give them credit that they implemented all the teams in this video, but I just could not get a feel for what direction they were trying to go in, and it just didn't hit for me. So the Texans come in at number 30. At 29 is the San Francisco 49ers, and I kind of wish they actually followed the Texans mantra of faking out the rap, because the 49ers video was a rap from an artist that I've never heard of. I'm sure he's a great artist, but I mean, when you don't have the recognition of that artist, it's kind of hard for you to get into the video unless you actually know that artist. And again, maybe he's going to be an up-and-coming great artist. More power to him if he is. I just didn't know who he was. I didn't really get the vibe of, you know, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling his rap of the schedule. It was cool, I guess, and there was a big come up for that rapper, so congratulations to him. But for all non-fans of his and all San Francisco 49ers fans, it just didn't hit. It ain't gonna be something I put in my AirPods when I go to the gym or anything. I'm gonna be bumping it down the block, you know. So yeah, the 49ers coming at 29. At 28 is the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles are probably like, man, we are easily the best team in the NFC. We ain't got time for no damn schedule reveal videos, so they kind of went the easy route, and they used the video featuring dogs. And who can hate dogs, right? It was a cute video, but it wasn't anything special. It was dogs pointing out to the opponents, and you know, I mean, maybe the soccer moms are gonna love this schedule reveal video, but for fans like me, it didn't hit the mark. So yeah, Eagles. I get it though. You guys don't need to get creative with your schedule reveal video. All you guys are focused on is trying to win the Super Bowl this year. So you guys will be at number 28 in the schedule reveal rankings, but you'll probably be number 1 in the NFC this year, and that's all that matters, right? The Seahawks did a similar route. Instead of featuring dogs, though, they featured babies. Oh, again, like, you can't hate on dogs and you can't hate on babies, right? It's easy. Easy content. Who's gonna hate on babies? Who's gonna hate on, like, who's gonna get on social media and be like, I can't believe those Seahawks with them ugly ass babies, you know? Nobody, unless you don't have a heart. I mean, yeah, but as a schedule reveal video, it does nothing for me. Unless the Eagles and the Seahawks were trying to reach a soccer mom audience, or like, you know, the older mom audience, then that schedule reveal for the Seahawks also did nothing for me. But it was cute babies. At number 27 is the New York Giants, and they went the route of having some of their players go to an escape game. And I admired the creativity of it. I think it's, you know, it's better than, you know, posting dogs and babies, right? But I think that you have to be a diehard Giants fan to really enjoy that video, right? Unless you have a connection with those players, then you really don't have any interest of watching them play an escape game. It'll be a sense of if me and, you know, my family played in an escape game. I posted it on YouTube where not that many people are really probably going to care about it because I'm not this known figure, right? Except maybe the people who actually know me and or my family. That's kind of how I felt with this Giants video. Unless you're a Giants fan, you know, some Saints fan like me or some Browns fan isn't really going to care to watch the Giants players play an escape game. It would have been higher on my list if they actually made the escape game clues and stuff like that actually essential to their schedule. But the escape game was essentially for them to find at the end of the escape game their 2023 schedule. But if they actually took elements of the teams that they were playing and implemented that into the escape game, it probably would have been a lot better for the casual fan like me to watch and enjoy. But because I'm not a Giants fan, it just didn't hit. But I do again applaud the creativity and the direction that they were trying to go for. It just didn't hit with me. At 25 is the Cincinnati Bengals, and they decided to use social media apps and computer screen time to showcase their 2023 opponents. Like the idea, not a big fan of the execution. It just didn't keep my interest or attention too long, and for that I will have to put them at 25. At 24 is the Raiders, and we got the dates. We got the dates. That was their theme of their schedule reveal video, was that we got the dates. And at first I was watching it and I was like, well, maybe this is like a reference to a TV show or a movie that I'm just not getting, that I never watched before. I did a bit of Google research and I still didn't find anything that was about we got the dates, so I just don't know what they were trying. Well, I know what they were trying to do, and again, I actually give them some applause that they, you know, they were creative with it. Like it wasn't like an easy reveal schedule to do. Like they actually put time and effort, had a lot of players and a lot of celebrities in that video, but I didn't find it satisfying. It wasn't that enjoyable to me. It was okay. It was okay, but it didn't compare, you know, again, we're comparing it to all 32 other teams, and when you compare it to the teams above them, it just didn't hit. So that's why the Raiders fall where they fall. At 23 is the Los Angeles Rams, and they went with the theme of using content creators. Now, I'm actually very, very happy with this. I always enjoy content creators being showcased on huge platforms, so congratulations to all the content creators that was featured in this video. And actually, that was a theme for a few other teams too, a lot of them showcasing content creators in their work. Maybe they feel like it can expand the reach by, you know, grabbing all these big content creators and having to share the video on their platform, and that way the reach for their video goes far and wide, because when you have 10 mega content creators sharing your platform because they were featured in your one video, then the reach goes pretty high. So I actually enjoy it. I get the method behind it. I love that they are showcasing content creators. I mean, hey, God willing, maybe one day the Saints will have me in a schedule reveal video, right? You can only hope. Can only hope. But this one, compared to the other ones that are going to come up soon in this video, it was okay. And I think, I'll be honest, the Rams was like the last one of the content creation angle that I saw when I watched all 32 teams. So that kind of made them take a little bit of a hit, because I had already seen 2 other teams that did it. So I was like, this is not, new to me. But generally, the Rams one just didn't also go as far creative, I think, as the other 2 teams that did the content creation, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So because of that, this is where the Rams fall. At 22 is your Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers, and they went with the theme of an infomercial. I like that they utilized all the teams in their video again, because some teams, as we're going to see coming up, don't even really utilize the teams anymore. They just kind of create a video and then be like, hey, here's the schedule, by the way. The Packers actually showcased the teams and implemented their opponents in their 2023 schedule reveal video. It just wasn't the funniest infomercial skit, infomercial satire to me, but I do applaud what they went for. I think they did it before, or maybe I'm thinking of another team, but I know this isn't the first time a team used like an infomercial type theme for satire to unveil their schedule. So that's why, maybe because it wasn't like a fresh idea to me, it doesn't come anywhere in my top 20. At 21, I have the New York Jets. Now, this one might get some blowback because they featured who I didn't know until today. This is why I like when teams feature content creators, by the way, because as big as a content creator can be, there's still going to be people like me who had no idea who the hell they were. So the Jets featured a guy, I think his name is Jerain Boat. I don't know. I think his thing is, obviously he looks at Google Maps and he quickly can spot. I don't know. It was a very niche video, but it's going to hit for those people who follow the niche of that guy. Is it niche or niche? Anyway, it's going to hit for those people. I'm just not a person who knows who that guy was, really even his type of content isn't my thing. The Google Maps zoom, I'm sure it's a cool thing, whatever he does, and he was able to like guess the teams in 3 seconds while he zoomed in on very obscure spots of the map. I think that's what his gimmick is. Again, I'm not the guy's audience, so it didn't hit for me, but he has a big audience, whoever it is. Jerain Boat, I don't even know his name. May I respect him. I mean, he's a big content creator than me. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying I just don't know who he is. So I'm sure it hit for those people who are fans of his, but it did not for me, and that is why it barely missed out on my top 20. Don't get mad at me, Jets fans. All fans of Jerain Boat. I'll learn him. I'll look up about him more in the future, okay? I promise. But for now, in the moment, didn't hit for me. At 20, it's the Buffalo Bills, and they did a video where dreams come true, where they took some of their players and had them put their dream job, a dream occupation, dream of what they really wanted to do besides just football. And I liked the thought. It just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't find it funny. It didn't really hold my attention. It didn't have, I don't know, maybe I was expecting a lot more. It was, let me take that back. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. Comedy is subjective. I say that all the time, especially when people don't like my comedy skits. So the Bills one, it was okay, but it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. And it wasn't, again, when you're comparing it to some of the other teams that you had just got done watching their schedule reveal videos, it just didn't measure up to par. So that is why the Bills fall where they fall on my list. At 19, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, who went very meta. They went very meta and like kind of telling you, hey, this is how you make a schedule reveal video. And they did it in a creative, old school film gimmick. I liked it. I actually did. Ironically, they didn't even really talk anything about their actual schedule, which is probably part of the joke, right? Like, it was very meta. It was very different. I think they succeeded in like they're saying, we're not going to just try to follow the trends of what all these other teams are doing. We're just going to come completely out the left field. And I appreciate a thought process like that. So that is why I do have it at 19, which may seem low to the fans, but I did enjoy it. It just, compared to the other ones, it just doesn't really measure. But I like what they went for. It was different, and I appreciate them going for something different. At 18, we have the New England Patriots, who did a retirement skit video with one of the McCourty twins. I don't know which one it is. I actually like it, but it was very slow pacing for me, and it kind of just started dragging along. Even though it was a shortish video compared to some of the other videos, it just dragged along. I didn't like the pacing of it, but I liked the idea that they were going with. Again, I like when teams do skits, so I thought that was cool. But the comedy element of it for me was just way too slow until the end, when one Tom Brady made a cameo, and that was very, very dope. And honestly, that probably made the whole damn video worth it for the Patriots fans, that Tom Brady is embracing his New England Patriots roots again now that he's no longer a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for Patriots fans, it was probably number one, and I absolutely get it. That's all the Patriots need to serve anyway, is their fans. So I get it in that aspect, but for me, it was just okay. At number 17, we have our first AI-themed gimmick video, and this is courtesy of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had their old school pirate mascot, because they're going to be wearing their creamsicle orange uniforms this year for the first time in a long time, and their new school pirate mascot come together to try to create a schedule reveal video, and they decide to use AI to do it. Now, again, a lot of teams went the AI gimmick route this year for their schedule reveal video, and I actually generally enjoyed them all. Tampa, if you want to compare it to the other teams, Tampa was the worst of the bunch. That's why they are where they at on this list. But I did enjoy it. It just wasn't the greatest execution of the video compared to how the other teams coming up soon in my rankings approach the AI gimmick for their schedule reveal video. At 16, right in the middle, I have the Dallas Cowboys, and I think this is a perfect spot for them because I would give them props. When I say like some teams go strictly the cinema route, the Cowboys went the cinema route. They parodied Yellowstone with the creator of Yellowstone. Full transparency, I have not seen one single episode of Yellowstone. I am sure it is a great show. So because of that, that's why I think 16, right in the middle, is where it should be. Now, I'm sure people who actually watch Yellowstone may have the Cowboys video in their top 10, probably even top 5. But for me, having never seen the show, there's probably a lot of jokes I missed out on. I mean, I think the Cowboys did good where somebody like me who's never seen Yellowstone was still able to enjoy some of the aspects of the video for the schedule reveal that they did. But just because I'm not that huge a fan of the show, obviously, I've never watched one episode, it didn't hit for me like it probably hit for a lot more other people. And again, I'm probably the outlier of this compared to the people who are absolute huge Yellowstone fans. So that's why I have it right in the middle. But I am definitely going to give them props because it was a beautifully shot video. Again, these teams are definitely stepping their game up when it comes to content creation. So I'm having the Cowboys at 16, but trust me guys, I know it's probably one of the better videos. I'm just not a big Yellowstone fan. Again, this is my rankings. Feel free in the comments to tell me your rankings on why the Cowboys should be in the top 10 or top 5. At number 15, we have the Miami Dolphins, who kind of took multiple approaches with it, but the overall theme was going to the movies to watch their trailer or their video of their schedule reveal, and they showcased, and it was almost like a first-person view at first of the people coming into the movie theater and passing up a lot of Easter eggs, revealing their schedule opponents, and then watching like you see, this is kind of where I got a little confused. I was like, okay, now we're kind of doing the VR thing, I guess, or the, you know, like it was a motion censored trailer that they showed for some of it, and then they actually showed the actual schedule reveal. I thought altogether it was a lot to pack in, but it was good. That's why I have it at 15. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think it was good. Again, I like when they actually showcase the opponents that you're playing in your schedule reveal video. So the Dolphins come in at number 15 for me. At 14, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, and they went the obvious route by featuring Patrick Mahomes. I mean, honestly, until he retires, Patrick Mahomes should be the centerpiece of every content creation that they do. He's that damn good, right? And their theme, though, was Patrick Mahomes going through his phone and playing with various social media apps and various phone apps to get bits of pieces of the schedule reveal, which I liked a lot. I think they executed it a lot better than like how the Bengals did the social media app angle, or how even the Rams did it with featuring some content creators. So the Chiefs definitely get the higher mark of the teams that went that route at number 14 on my list, with Patrick Mahomes going through his phone, and they did a really great job of implementing a lot of the phone's features to showcase their 2023 opponents. At 13, I have the Atlanta Falcons, and that hurts my heart. That hurts my heart to have them so high. I really wanted to have them in the bottom 5, but I mean, again, maybe it's because I'm a content creator myself, so I really appreciated that their video was essentially them featuring content creators showcasing all of their opponents for the 2023 season, and they did it in a very, very good way compared to how the Rams did it. I just think the Falcons was a little bit more creative and a little bit more entertaining with their content creators than how the Rams showcased their content creators. They had the same theme essentially as the Rams and vaguely as the Chiefs and Bengals did, but I think the Falcons executed it a lot better, which hurts me. It really does hurt me to say. I hope they featured some Atlanta Falcons fans content creators in their video. That's kind of a PSA, I guess, to teams. I get it. Like, when you're gonna feature content creators got to have a certain amount of followers before, you know, it even registers on a big corporation's threshold of featuring them. Like, I'm blessed, I feel like, to be one of the decently known Saints content creators, but I don't think the Saints will ever even register the thought of featuring me on their videos until, you know, you probably got to reach 100,000 followers, of course, like if you really want to be big time, 1 million followers. So I wish teams would feature more of their local fan content creators and show them love, because I think that goes a long way, especially when ultimately at the end of the day you're trying to appease your fan base. I mean, you obviously want to have the general audience enjoy your content, but when you can showcase, well, maybe this might be me just trying to plead to the Saints to have me on one of their videos, right? But no, the Falcons did a good job featuring content creators, and that's why, again, I hate to say it, I feel like I should take my shirt off when I say this, but that's why I have them at number 13 on my list. At number 12 is the Denver Broncos, who used their schedule reveal video to spoof one of everybody's favorite shows, The Office. And I have watched many episodes of The Office, so the references for this skit I did get. They were able to get Angela Kinsley, I believe her name is, in this video, which is pretty awesome. They had Peyton Manning. I mean, Peyton Manning, I feel like, is in every Broncos content creation video. And that's why the Patriots get sort of a victory lap. Like, at least the Patriots get Tom Brady to embrace them and still be like, I'm a New England Patriot. I feel bad for the Colts. Like, Peyton Manning doesn't seem to do much with the Colts, but he seems like he's all in on the Broncos, even though we all remember Peyton Manning's glory days being with the Indianapolis Colts. That's for another story. But the Broncos featured Peyton Manning. They featured, I think I saw Adam Schefter in there. I don't know if that was old footage or new footage. They had Angela Kinsley from The Office. It was a really good spoof of The Office. My wife is a huge Office fan, and she absolutely loved it. I'm not the biggest Office fan, but I am a general fan of The Office. I think they did a great job with it. I love that teams can be so creative with stuff like that. So the Broncos come in at number 12 on my list. Great job, Broncos. I love content like that. Great job. I think it's Angela Kinsey. That's her name. Respect to Angela Kinsey. Don't get mad at me. At number 11 is the Carolina Panthers. And I'll get the Carolina Panthers media team one day. And said they're usually really good with their videos. And they didn't disappoint again this year. They went with the theater gimmick. And they had a lot packed in this one overall writing theme, though, of theaters. Maybe too much packed in. Sometimes I got lost. I'm like, okay, is this multiple skits that they're doing in one or what? But it was overall following an arc of the theater and just multiple aspects of it coming together. I think they did a good job overall, though. They had one scene where they were spoofing Murray that I really love, which is why it bumped them up a lot in my rankings. So I'll have the Panthers just outside of the top 10, but it was really good. And again, their creative team is usually really good with things like this. Again, I hate to say it as a Saints fan, but hey, at least it wasn't the Falcons, right? All right, this is probably going to be my most controversial ranking or spot on the rankings. And at number 10, I have the Tennessee Titans. The Titans probably have easily, arguably, except with the Chargers, the most popular video right now for their schedule reveal on social media. The Titans actually did too. And this is how funny social media is. They did one that was like really theatric and probably cost them a lot of money to do. That didn't even have like 1,000 retweets 4 hours into the reveal video being posted. But then they did one simple one where they went on Broadway Street and interviewed random fans, if you want to call them fans, and like showed them the logos of the teams that they were playing in 2023 and asked them to guess which teams those teams were. Hilarious answers ensued. It was great. Fans on social media of all 32 teams absolutely ate it up. So why, Jonathan, then is it number 10 on your list when it was easily, consensually the most popular, besides maybe the Chargers anime video, everyone's favorite schedule reveal video? And that is just because, I don't know, it was good. I just don't think it was great. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny, but this is where our personal preference come in, because I'm going to explain why I have the 9 other teams in their schedule reveal videos ahead of the Titans, even though the Titans is like the most popular one on social media right now. But I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't like that hard of impact for me where I was like, oh, this is freaking incredible. It was a nice watch. It was one of those videos if I watch on TikTok, I'll go, haha, that was funny, and keep scrolling. Like, it ain't gonna leave a lasting impact on me. But I will say this, it is a lesson in work smarter, not harder, because again, the Titans did 2 schedule reveal videos. The other one featured WWE wrestler Sheamus. I'm a big WWE fan, so I love seeing him get a cameo in it. And they did like a first-person view following Sheamus in a Tennessee bar, revealing their opponents. Again, that one probably cost a lot of money, cost a lot more time and resources to do, whereas they probably was able to do that video on Broadway Street asking the fans who their opponents were by their logo in one day. And that one is easily the most popular one on social media besides the Chargers anime one with the most engagement. It just shows you, work smarter, not harder. I enjoyed the video. I know a lot of fans are probably going to come at my ass if the algorithm brings them to this video and they're like, how in the hell can you have the Titans video at number 10? It was clearly top 2. Well, it just, personally, it was good to me. It wasn't great, but I get why people love it. I really do. I really do. So it's number 10 on my list. Don't get mad. At number 9, I have the Indianapolis Colts. And this is a shock to me because I saw the running time for this video and I was like, oh, hell no. It was damn near 10 minutes. And I was like, ain't no way any reveal video for a schedule should be 10 minutes. But due to the awesomeness of Grove Stewart and DeForest Buckner, I was able to watch that full damn near 10-minute video without ever getting bored. So essentially what they did was they created culinary dishes for all of their opponents and they had those 2 players guess which opponent it was by the dish. And because those 2 guys were just so damn entertaining and funny, I really enjoyed it. I had no business enjoying a 9-minute and like 45-second schedule reveal video the way I did. But because those 2 are very entertaining, shout out to those 2 guys. The Colts media team should give them a raise because they made that video much more hilarious and able to stand by and watch than it needed to be. And it had a great ending where they had the rookie from last season. I don't know his name. I'm not a Colts fan. He was washing the dishes of the players' food after they were done with it. And then they had Anthony Richardson come in. I thought that was pretty cool. A pretty great way to end the skit. Again, being a skit guy myself, I love little comedy bits like that. So again, I'm shocked too. And people are probably gonna be like, how in the hell he has the Colts over the Tennessee Titans? Again, it's just a personal preference of what you like when you enjoy and indulge in content. So I have the Colts at number 9, but do not make it a habit of making 10-minute schedule reveal videos, NFL teams, okay? At number 8, I have the Chicago Bears, who utilized content creators, but actually did it in a great way by making it a skit where they were doing Yes Chef. I thought it was great. I thought they implemented the content creators very awesome and smoothly. They featured WWE wrestler Seth Rollins. I'm a WWE fan, so that checked off a box for me. They featured one of my favorite content creators, Mojo Brooks. I think he's absolutely hilarious. That checked off one of the boxes for me. I just thought they did a really good job of featuring content creators. It's easy to feature content creators and do it like the Rams or the Chiefs or the Falcons did, where they kind of just make it like YouTube, Facebook reel or Instagram reel or a TikTok gimmick where they're like, you know, swiping through the content creators as they do their little thing. But to have all these content creators and entertain us in one space and interacting with each other and using the Yes Chef way to reveal their opponents for the season, I thought it was really good. So the Bears come in at number 8 on my list. A great way to be creative with your skit. At number 7, I have the Minnesota Vikings, and I am self-admittedly a sucker for drone shot content. And the Vikings did that. I think they kind of got inspiration from the Chicago Cubs. Did a very similar video for the end of their season last year where they did a drone shot throughout Chicago. The Vikings did this with a drone shot going through their facility, and I think they show some parts of the stadium. I could be wrong, in the city of Minnesota. I just think shit like that is cool. So I really enjoyed it. And Minnesota got a nice little complex too. I hate the Vikings, but they got some nice digs in Minnesota. At number 6, I have the Commanders, and they too went with the artificial intelligence gimmick. But I think they did it very well because they gave me very legitimate LOL moments. Much more than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers AI-inspired gimmick schedule reveal video did. Ron Rivera is not going to be winning any acting awards anytime soon, but I think the Commanders did a pretty good job with implementing AI and making it actually legitimately funny. So the Commanders, surprisingly, because when I saw it, I was like, oh boy, another AI video. But they did a good job with it, and I mean, you're going to get points from me if you can legitimately make me LOL, which the Commanders did. So that is why they come in at number 6 on my rankings. At number 5, we're going to have another controversial spot listing. Let me get ready for it. I have the Los Angeles Chargers at number 5. What, Jono, what? Now, I say the Titans were the most popular video, but that's actually wrong. The Chargers easily have the most popular video right now on social media for their schedule reveal video, and they went the anime route again. Last year they did the anime schedule reveal, it blew up. They say, why try to fix what's not broken, we're going to do anime again, and they succeeded. Fans absolutely, not even NFL fans, like general fans just love the Chargers schedule reveal videos when they showcase anime. And here's the thing, this is why it's number 5 on my list. I'm not a big anime guy. I'm just not. So it doesn't quite hit to me the way it does to people who have even a simple inkling of being an anime fan. I've never watched anime in my life. I respect the genre, I just never watched it in my life. But what the Chargers do so brilliantly is that they still make it so somebody like me can watch it and catch a ton of the references in the video. They do a great elite job damn near of poking fun at their opponents through the use of anime, and it's just so absolutely stunning to watch creatively and visually. I give them all the applause in the world. The reason why it's not number 1 on my list, why it's probably going to be number 1 on damn near everybody else's list, is again, I, Jono Bonds, am not the biggest anime fan. So the videos that I'm about to list before the Chargers hit me a little bit more personally than anime does. But do not get it twisted. I absolutely know how amazing that Chargers video is. And at least it's number 5 on my list, okay? It made the top 5. Jeez, okay? Go easy on me. And number 4 on my list is the perfect example of why, personally, some videos are going to hit harder for certain fans than other videos. And that is the Cleveland Browns used the wrestling angle. They went with an animated wrestling angle to showcase their 2023 schedule. I am a huge wrestling fan. If you have been on my channel or checked some of my videos out, I'm a big wrestling fan. I've gone to many wrestling events. I've vlogged them. I love wrestling, okay? So for them to use a wrestling angle, that hits harder to me than anime with the Chargers. It just is what it is. Some things, it's the niche. Some niches hit harder than others. The Browns going with the wrestling route, it hits harder to me, Jono Bonds, than the Chargers doing the anime route. Even though the Chargers is obviously more generally popular on social media right now with their reveal video than the Browns. But I just love that the Browns went with the wrestling angle. They featured WWE superstar The Miz, who was always hilarious. The commentary was hilarious. They gave some love to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anytime you show love to Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't care, a Stone Cold reference in your video, I'm going to absolutely love. They showed some love to The Rock, my second favorite wrestler. I just absolutely loved it. Again, it's a personal choice for me. I'm a big wrestling fan. I think the Browns did a perfect job executing the wrestling angle gimmick for their schedule reveal video. And that is why they're number 4 on my list. All right, number 3 and number 2 can be intertwined. I enjoyed both of them a lot, and this is again where my personal bias takes over. And not just because I'm a fan of one of the teams. But at number 3, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they decided to poke fun. I don't know if you guys was on social media earlier this year, but there was a big there was a big viral clip of one of the NFL players, Arian Foster, saying that the NFL was scripted, and so a lot of fans had fun with like, okay, this is how the NFL was scripted, huh? And then this is why this and this happened. And so the Jaguars poked fun at that by actually saying, yes, the NFL is scripted, and this is how the NFL scripts its seasons, and they just did a brilliant job making that skit. I'm a skit guy, so I absolutely loved it. The only problem, and the reason why I probably have the number 2 team over the Jaguars, is because it kind of started running long. I think the Jaguars video was about 8 minutes. And you know, again, I just don't need a schedule reveal video to be that long. You know, I think the Jaguars fans probably loved it because, I mean, it was just a lot of love to Jaguars greats and the great season that the Jaguars had last season. But for me, I was like, after 5 minutes, I was like, all right, you know, let's wrap this skit up. But it was very funny. I enjoyed it. Again, I am a skit guy myself, so that's just my personal bias starting to take over. I really enjoyed how they took the script angle and made it into a schedule reveal video and did a damn good job at it. So the Jaguars are number 3 on my list. But at number 2, I have my New Orleans Saints. And I know a lot of fans are going to say, Jonathan, you are just so biased. Maybe I am. Maybe it's my bias of being a Saints fan picking in. But it's also my bias of just being a guy who writes skits myself. So to see my team do a skit, I was like, oh, I like this. And I think they did a good job with it. Like, I genuinely thought it was funny. I had some LOL moments. And again, this is where the personal this is where I'll say I am biased and where the personal preference takes over. Being a diehard Saints fan, seeing like the inside jokes that the Saints did about our team, it's harder for me than watching an anime video for the Chargers, okay? I never said I wasn't going to be completely unbiased. Like, you're going to have some personal preference to your actual team. So, now look, I will say this. You could call me biased, and I'll accept that. But I'll also say, if I had did a schedule ranking video from the teams last year of their videos, I probably would have the Saints in the bottom 10. Like, the Saints last year had New Orleans great rappers Chopper and not Master P. Chopper and Juvenile played charades with Saints players to guess their opponents for the 2022 season. And I thought it was cool, but it definitely wasn't great in my opinion. But this season, for the schedule reveal video, I thought they did a great job, and that is why I have them at number 2, because again, I am a skit guy. It hit all the personal chords with me because I am a Saints fan, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was genuinely funny. No bite. It had some great LOL moments for me. So I'm sure if any of the other 31 teams come to this video because of the algorithm, they're going to be like, wow, this guy is just completely biased. I get it, but the Saints, I really think was a good video, and I give a shout out to their team for making that video. I will say the one strike is, even though the actor that they had for the skit as the script writer for the video was really good, they could have got me. I mean, I know I don't have 1 million followers. I know I'm not an acclaimed actor. I know I don't have the clout yet needed to be featured in videos like this, but come on, guys. I'm like, by default, the most popular Saints skit guy on YouTube and Twitter and social media. So why would you not have me in the video? Come on, Saints. With that, they still get number 2 on my list. Yes, I might be a little biased, but I do genuinely think it was a good video. I do. Who that? It's still who that. And at number 1, probably the first time, maybe the only time they will ever be number 1, I have the Detroit Lions. This one surprised me. So they went with the AI route too, but they did it while playing Madden. And when I first saw like the thumbnail screenshot of the video, I thought, okay, this is gonna be decent at best. But what makes this one number 1 is that the script that they had for this was just so damn good. Hilarious, like legitimately multiple LOL moments that I had. They took some amazing cheap shots at their opponents, which I love. Like, I love the videos for the schedule reveals that teams do where they take cheap shots at the teams that they're playing. I mean, they did some jokes that I'm like, damn, I'm surprised the NFL like signed off on it. Usually the NFL is just so damn PG-13 and cookie cutter that they say, no, you can't do this. But the Lions were like, hell with that. I guess when you have a coach that likes to bite kneecaps, you can get away with stuff like that. But yeah, man, shout out to the Detroit Lions and their team. Like, that video, I was like, again, the Titans video is probably going to go down as the funniest to the general audience, but that Lions video made me laugh much more than the Titans video. And because it's my video, I mean, I can't lie, I can't go with groupthink because the Titans is the consensus favorite funny video from the schedule reveal videos. I thought the Lions was the most funniest one, and that is why they occupy my number 1 spot of all the 32 teams who revealed their schedule in 2023. Now, this all is probably really crazy to the Detroit Lions fans because, geez, they got a lot of hype right now. I mean, damn, they were number 1 on my rankings for the best team schedule reveal video. They're opening the season on Thursday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs. Who would have thought the Detroit Lions was going to get picked to open the season up against the Kansas City Chiefs? They have a lot of hype going with them right now. So we are going to see this season, will the Lions be the same old Lions or will they finally rise to glory? I can't wait. I can't wait. It is going to be, as always, a fun NFL season. And again, I applaud all of the 32, well, I guess not all 32 teams, because I don't know what the hell the Arizona Cardinals team was doing with their social media schedule reveal video. But I do applaud all the creative minds that work for the NFL teams for how amazing these schedule reveal videos have gotten over the years. I cannot wait to see what they come up with in 2024. Hey, on my bucket list, maybe one day you guys will see Jono in a schedule reveal video. One can only hope, right? One can only hope. But let me know in the comments, what was your favorite schedule reveal video of all 32 teams? What was your least favorite? What do you think of my rankings? I'm a big boy. I got some thick skin. I can handle if you guys come at me and say how horrible my rankings were or how brilliant my rankings were, because they were. They were brilliant. But I really want to know in the comments, what do you guys think? And below, I am going to put a link to all 32 teams' NFL schedule reveal videos for 2023. And that way you can watch them all and show some love to all 32 teams for the hard work that their creative teams put in to reveal these videos. I mean, because technically they don't have to, right? Like, we're NFL fans. We're going to consume the NFL no matter what. But for them to all go out their way to create creative and great content for us, it's pretty awesome. So I really want to know your guys' thoughts and what was your rankings and what was your favorites and least favorites of all the schedule reveal videos. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe video, okay? Please, I put a lot of work in watching. I mean, it's actually a tiring job to watch 32 videos of all the NFL teams, especially when some of these damn teams got 10-minute videos. It was actually pretty tiring. I missed out on the NBA playoffs for this. So do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button for me, alright? How not? I'm just a human being. Maybe a biased Saints fan human being. But I'm not the law. See you guys next time. And remember, as always, it's still, who that? This shit more than a game, man. This shit more than a game.